Alright, I'm starting out in the backseat of the KGM Actyon Hybrid. Actually, we could have driven our own individual cars for the entire round trip today, not just one way. However, I wanted to examine the rear seat space and also discuss the ride comfort and quietness, which is why I proposed that we travel together in one car. Okay, so sitting back here, the front seat is currently adjusted to about the B pillar. In this seating position, there's quite a bit of ample knee room, more than 2/5 actually. And regarding headroom, even though this car features a somewhat coupe-like roofline, there's still ample space, so my head doesn't make contact. And while sliding isn't an option, these seats do offer a reclining function. So by leaning back to your preferred angle, you actually gain a little more generous headroom, which results in a much more comfortable and convenient experience for passengers. Oh, and by the way, on the side, even though it's a manual one, you also have a sun visor. While there are no ventilated seats, heated seats are indeed incorporated into the design. The door panel material also shows they've paid a good amount of attention to detail. And the armrest cup holder is a basic type. Up front, you'll find an air vent and 2 USB charging ports. They're Type C, and there's a small storage compartment. Furthermore, this seat back pocket features a dual-layer construction, allowing for the convenient and separate storage of a smartphone. And the front passenger seat is equipped with a convenient walk-in switch, allowing you to easily adjust it forwards and backwards from the rear. And earlier, during the product explanation, they stated they had enhanced the quietness and ride comfort. So far, however, the ride comfort and quietness are acceptably good, without being exceptional. It isn't overly uncomfortable. While it's not supremely luxurious or exceptionally plush, it seems to offer sufficient comfort for rear passengers to travel without feeling inconvenienced. Furthermore, it's quite warm today, so the air conditioning is currently running. It's a bit difficult to accurately gauge the exact situation under these specific conditions, yet the road noise is indeed minimal. And for SUVs, it's not uncommon for some to have considerable wind noise from the back, sometimes even more than from the front. But in this vehicle, the wind noise, whether from the sides or the rear, is also quite low. And regarding the panoramic roof overhead, the width of its frame is somewhat thick, but the overall length is quite substantial, offering a pleasant sense of openness. There's a slight hump in the middle of the floor, but it's not too high, so sitting in the center seat shouldn't be too uncomfortable. Just now, when traversing road undulations and bumps like these, the impacts were not transmitted in an overly harsh or direct manner. Rather, they were smoothly and effectively absorbed at the end of their travel, providing a notably cushioned sensation. Furthermore, there's less body movement than anticipated. Therefore, when evaluating the Actyon Hybrid based on its spaciousness, ride comfort and quietness, I believe it stands as an excellent option among family SUVs, lacking nothing essential for that role. After all, this size and class of vehicle are very popular, right? This is why the Renault Korea's Grand Koleos Hybrid, as well as Kia's Sorento Hybrid, also have significant sales. Indeed, the Actyon initially launched as a gasoline model, followed by the bi-fuel version, then the Taurus Hybrid, and now finally, the Actyon Hybrid has arrived. This is just my personal thought, but I believe that if the Actyon Hybrid had been introduced initially, it would have created a more significant impression. Also, opinions on the Actyon might differ, but I personally find its exterior design to be quite stylish and well executed. From a distance, it even gives off a Land Rover-like vibe. But I don't mean it's a complete copy. It feels like they've skillfully borrowed attractive points and elements from that vehicle. This vehicle is available in a total of 6 exterior colors and 4 two-tone color options. There are also 3 interior colors, so there's a wide range of choices. However, they say the slightly golden color from the gasoline model isn't available for this hybrid model. The car is 4,740 millimeters long and 1,910 millimeters wide. It's 1,680 high with a 2,680 wheelbase. In reality, its wheelbase is under 2.7 meters, yet the perceived spaciousness is impressively generous. Why does it seem so roomy? Cargo space is 652 liters. Folding the rear seats expands to 1,424 liters. Alright, the Actyon Hybrid comes in a single trim. As standard, it comes equipped with 2 45 20-inch Nexen tires, double laminated soundproof glass for the front row, a natural leather quilted seat package, intelligent adaptive cruise control, and a smart power tailgate. Oh, and the trunk also incorporates a kick motion sensor. The 12.3-inch KGM Link navigation package comes standard as well. It also has over-the-air software updates. Besides that, features like intelligent speed limit assist, emergency braking assist, and lane keeping assist are included as standard. On top of these standard features, you have the option to add a panoramic sunroof, a 3D around view monitoring system, the Deep Control Package 2, 20-inch Michelin noise-reducing tires, and an Alpine audio system. This is the concept. This test vehicle is equipped with Michelin noise-reducing tires, which appears to contribute to the noticeably reduced road noise experienced from the tires rolling along the road surface. Also, with these Michelin tires, fuel economy improves slightly. So, to ascertain the driving performance of the Actyon Hybrid, I'll now move to the front seat to assess it firsthand. Indeed, I've now positioned myself in the front row of the Actyon Hybrid. This Actyon Hybrid in particular is KGM's second hybrid model to be introduced. Just like with the Taurus Hybrid, they're emphasizing that this car also delivers a driving performance close to that of an electric vehicle. The concept is said to be an electric car that doesn't need charging. Similarly, the Actyon Hybrid is also equipped with the dual-tech hybrid system. It combines a dual motor with a hybrid-exclusive dual-motor hybrid transmission, the DHT. They explain that it frequently uses EV mode, especially in the city. The Actyon Hybrid uses a series parallel hybrid system, which drives the electric motor and charges the battery simultaneously. Specifically, it comes with a 1.83 kilowatt-hour battery, which is the biggest capacity found in hybrid models. This ensures a more consistently stable and reliable supply of electrical power during your drive. Furthermore, the low-voltage battery utilized is an LFP battery with integrated BMS. And for models fitted with Michelin noise-reducing tires, such as the one I am currently test driving, the urban fuel efficiency is 15.8 kilometers per liter. Nexon, for instance, achieves 15.6 kilometers per liter. The Actyon gasoline model recorded 11.0 for the 2WD version and 10.1 for the 4WD, which clearly shows a quite significant difference between the two. Moreover, the powertrain does not simply reuse the engine from the existing gasoline model. It's equipped with a hybrid-specific millicycle engine. Its engine offers 150 horsepower and 22.5 maximum torque. The motor's maximum output is also quite high at 130 kilowatts, and its maximum torque is 30.6. Among domestic hybrid SUVs, this model boasts both the largest battery capacity and the highest motor output available. The total combined output is 204 horsepower, which is different from the Actyon gasoline's 170 horsepower. So, instead of having an overpowering punch, it provides power quite briskly and linearly in typical daily driving scenarios, ensuring it doesn't feel sluggish. This level of responsiveness is actually quite sprightly. Given the considerable motor power, you will definitely perceive the acceleration performance when driving at low speeds or initiating movement from a standstill. However, when the vehicle is already in motion, such as at moderate to higher speeds, and you wish to increase acceleration further, the acceleration performance tends to feel more gradual and refined. The current drive mode is... There are also, as you'd expect, eco, comfort and sport modes available. Moreover, as this is a hybrid model, you can regulate the level of regenerative braking through these paddle shifters. You have the ability to set it to 0 and also to levels 1, 2 and 3, so this makes it quite versatile. If you pull and hold the plus lever, it will also enter smart mode. And while the engine and motor sometimes operate independently, their combined efforts are so smoothly and seamlessly integrated that they naturally provide an additional boost of power without any feeling of discontinuity or harshness. The entire driving feel is notably smoother, and in contrast to the original Actyon gasoline model, it imparts a distinct sense of being somewhat more luxurious, truly. It's quite refined. Furthermore, the quietness and ride comfort have seen enhancements and notable improvements over the prior gasoline model. And when you really take it for a drive, you can clearly sense that the ride comfort is considerably more supple and gentle. It's easy to assume that a hybrid typically sits in the middle, with gasoline cars at one extreme and electric vehicles at the other. However, I get the impression that this particular car has been specifically engineered to lean more towards the electric vehicle side. And similar to the rear seats, during road driving, both wind noise entering from the front and road noise from the undercarriage are also effectively suppressed. Thus, even when accelerating, the engine noise entering the cabin is quite minimal. Therefore, if those who purchased the original Actyon were to experience the Actyon Hybrid, they might feel quite a bit of regret, considering that the overall driving feel and the perceived driving performance are distinctly a notch better compared to the previous Actyon model. It's a significant improvement. This car truly feels profoundly different, not just a little, but entirely distinct from the previous Actyon I had driven. Just now, as we were driving, the engine wasn't directly powering the wheels. Instead, the motor was propelling the car while the engine was busy charging the battery. However, right now, the engine also takes on the role of providing power, collaborating with the battery. And depending on the situation, the engine and motor will also power the wheels together. There is no sense of awkwardness when these roles change. So, unless you're watching the energy flow chart, it's hard to notice when you're just driving. The engine and motor work hard without drawing attention to themselves. Well, just like before, when accelerating at speeds above 80 or 90 kilometers per hour, it did feel a bit sluggish. However, when accelerating from speeds of around 50 or 60 kilometers per hour, you definitely feel the motor's torque being directly transmitted, making it more responsive. Therefore, even though its performance at higher speeds might come across as somewhat insufficient, it still delivers ample fuel efficiency and commendable driving performance in the typical driving environments we frequently encounter. Finally, let's talk price. The Actyon Hybrid comes in a single SA trim and is priced at 36.95 million won. The price is approximately 2.7 million won higher than the gasoline model. However, considering that hybrid models typically cost around 3 to 4 million won more, this price difference is relatively modest. And to coincide with the hybrid's launch, they've also restructured the trim lineup for the existing gasoline model. The Actyon gasoline model, similar to the hybrid, will also be offered in a single SA trim level. The selling price is 34.17 million won, and in this segment we've just taken a quick spin with KGM's second hybrid model, the Actyon Hybrid. Frankly, when the Actyon first debuted, I couldn't help but feel that its driving performance seemed a bit underwhelming, particularly when compared to its otherwise striking design. But after test driving this hybrid model, I feel that those shortcomings have been significantly improved. I'm certainly eager to see what choices customers make. Thank you so much.